Hello students, today in this session we will see some problems related to the trigonometric ratios and different angles. Example, prove that sin theta plus cosecant theta whole square plus cos theta plus secant theta whole square minus of tan square theta plus cot square theta is equal to 7. Now we'll expand the LHS and we have to prove that it is 7. So let's see the solution. So what is given? Given sin theta plus cosecant theta whole square plus cos theta plus secant theta whole square minus of tan square theta plus cot square theta. And if we expand this, it is in the form of a plus b whole square. So what will be a plus b whole square? A square plus 2ab plus b square. In the same way, it will be, if we expand it, sin square theta plus cosecant square theta plus 2 sin theta into cosecant theta plus, again it is in the same format, so it will be cos square theta plus 2 cos theta into secant theta plus secant square theta and minus tan square theta minus cot square theta. So 2 sin theta cosecant theta, sin theta and cosecant theta are reciprocal to each other, so their product is 1. Similarly, cos theta and secant theta are reciprocal to each other, so the product is also 1. So sin square theta plus cosecant square theta plus 2 plus cos square theta plus 2, because cos theta into secant theta is 1, 2 plus secant square theta minus tan square theta minus cot square theta. And we have identities. Sin square theta plus cos square theta is 1, secant square theta minus tan square theta is 1, and cosecant square theta minus cot square theta is equal to 1. So we can have sin square theta plus cos square theta, sin square theta plus cos square theta is 1 value, plus 2 is there, plus 2, and cosecant square theta minus cot square theta is 1 plus 2 plus one more value is there, that is secant square theta minus tan square theta. So the value is 1 plus 2 plus, and the value is 1 plus 2, again the secant square theta minus tan square theta value is 1, so 1. So it will be 1 plus 2 plus 1 plus 2, 7. If you add, it will be 7. So that is the proof. Next, we'll see one more problem. So the problem is, prove that 1 plus sin theta minus cos theta whole square by 1 plus sin theta plus cos theta whole square is equal to 1 minus cos theta by 1 plus cos theta. 1 plus cos theta. Now, in order to prove that, assume that 1 plus sin theta is treated as one value or one term, and it will be like 1 plus sin theta is assumed that it is a and cos theta is b, then it will be in the form of a minus b whole square, and we know what is the expansion of a minus b whole square, a square minus 2ab plus b square. So in that format we will go ahead with the proof for this proof. So LHS 1 plus sin theta minus cos theta whole square by 1 plus sin theta plus cos theta whole square. Now it will be in the form of a minus b whole square if a is 1 plus sin theta and b is cos theta. So it will be on expansion 1 plus sin theta whole square plus minus 2ab, 2 times of 1 plus sin theta into cos theta plus cos square theta by In the same way, what we have done for numerator, we'll do for the denominator also. 1 plus sin theta whole square plus 2 times of 1 plus sin theta into cos theta plus cos square theta. Again, if you expand a plus b whole square, 1 square plus 2ab, 2 into 1 into sin theta plus sin square theta minus 2 cos theta times of 1 plus sin theta plus cos square theta upon again expansion of 1 plus sin theta whole square, 1 square plus 2 into 1 into sin theta plus sin square theta plus 2 cos theta times of 1 plus sin theta plus cos square theta. And we use some identities where we can apply. If you observe, sin square theta plus cos square theta is always 1. In the denominator also there is sin square theta plus cos square theta. So what happens? 1 is as it is, 1 plus 2 sin theta plus sin square theta plus cos square theta is 1, and keep minus 2 cos theta into 1 plus sin theta as it is, upon 1 square is 1 plus 2 into 1 into sin theta is 2 sin theta, and sin square theta plus cos square theta is 1, and plus 2 cos theta times of 1 plus sin theta is as it is. So 1 plus 1 is 2, 2 plus 2 sin theta plus minus 2 cos theta times of 1 plus sin theta by 1 plus 1 is 2 plus 2 sin theta plus 2 cos theta times of 1 plus sin theta. So from 2 plus 2 sin theta we can take 2 out. So 2 common, 2 times of 1 plus sin theta minus 2 cos theta into 1 plus sin theta by 2 times of 1 plus sin theta plus 2 cos theta into 1 plus sin theta. So in each term 1 plus sin theta and 2 are common, so we can take out. So 2 times of 1 plus sin theta out, so then it will be 1 minus cos theta by 2 times of 1 plus sin theta times of 1 plus cos theta. So if these two get cancelled, then it will be 1 minus cos theta by 1 plus cos theta. So that is the proof, that is RHS. Next problem. The problem is find the value of sin 330 degrees into cos 120 degrees plus cos 210 degrees plus into sin 300 degrees. So we'll see what are the trigonometric ratios of each angle. So solution. Sin, first we'll find out the individual trigonometric ratios, that is sin 330 degrees. Means it can be written as sin of 360 minus 30 degrees. 360 degrees means how many radians? It is equal to 2 pi radians. Means in the previous class we have discussed when the trigonometric ratios will change and when the trigonometric ratio does not change. 360 means it is a even multiple of 90 or odd multiple of 90. It is a even multiple of 90. So trigonometric ratio does not change. So it will be plus or minus sin 30. But when it will be plus or when it will be minus means we have to decide in which quadrant it lies. that is in the first quadrant, second quadrant, third quadrant and fourth quadrant. So 360 means it means it is a 0 degrees, 90, 180, 270 and again it comes to the 360. So 360 minus 30 means the angle lies in the fourth quadrant. In fourth quadrant, sine will have negative. So it will be minus sine 30 degrees. And what is sine 30 degrees is minus 1 by 2. The value of sine 30 is 1 by 2. As it is minus, so it will be minus 1 by 2. Next, cos 120 degrees. That can be as cos of 90 plus 30 degrees. Means it is cos of 90 plus theta. So 90 plus theta lies in the second quadrant. As it is a odd multiple of 90, 1 into 90. So trigonometric ratio changes. So that will be sine 30. But where cos will have negative sign. So cos of 120 will be cos of 90 plus 30. As it is a odd multiple of 90, trigonometric ratios changes, that is cos to sine. So sine 30, but is it plus sine 30 or minus sine 30? As 120 degrees lies in the second quadrant, cos will have negative sign. So minus sine 30. Again its value is minus 1 by 2. Coming to cos 210 degrees. So that can be written as cos of 180 plus 30 degrees. 180 plus 30 means it lies in the third quadrant. 180 plus 30. We are adding some angle to 180. So it lies in the third quadrant. In third quadrant, cos will have negative sign. And it is a even multiple of 90 degrees. Because 180 can be as 2 times of 90. So it is a even multiple of 90. So trigonometric ratio does not change. So it will be cos 30. But whether it is plus or minus is decided in which the angle 210 degrees lies. So as 210 degrees lies in the third quadrant, cos will have a negative sign. So it will be minus cos 30. And what is the value of cos 30 is root 3 by 2. As there is minus, so it will be minus root 3 by 2. Coming to sine 300 degrees. It is same sine of 360 minus 60. 360 degrees minus 60 degrees. Again, 360 minus 60 lies in the fourth quadrant. In fourth quadrant, sine will have negative, so minus. And trigonometric ratio does not change. Why? Because 360 means it is 4 times of 90. It is a even multiple of 90. So minus sine 60. Again, it will be sine 60 is root 3 by 2. So it will be minus root 3 by 2. If you substitute all the trigonometric values in this, so therefore minus 1 by 2 times minus 1 by 2 plus minus root 3 by 2 into minus root 3 by 2. And if you simplify, it will be 1 by 4 plus minus into minus becomes plus and minus into minus becomes plus. Root 3 by 2 into root 3 by 2 is 3 by 4. So if you take the LCM, 4 is LCM, 1 plus 3, that is 4 by 4, it is 1. So the value of sine 330 degrees, cos 120 degrees plus cos 210 degrees, sine 300 degrees is equal to 1. So the value is 1. So next problem. The problem is find the value of cos square 45 plus cos square 135 plus cos square 225 plus cos square 315. Now we will find out what are the trigonometric ratios of each angle and we will simplify. So solution. Cos 45 is 1 by root 2. Square is there. So what is cos square 40? Cos square 45 will be 1 by root 2 whole square. So that will be 1 by 2. Coming to the cos 135. Cos 135 is cos of 90 plus 45. Means it is in the form of cos of 90 plus theta. So what is cos of 90 plus theta? It is minus sin theta. As 1 times of 90, it is a odd multiple of 90. Trigonometric ratio changes cos to sin. And 90 plus 45 lies in the second quadrant. Cos will have negative. So it will be minus sin 45. Again it will be minus 1 by root 2. But there is a square. So what will be cos square of 135? Will be, again it will be 1 by 2, because minus 1 by root 2 whole square is 1 by 2. Coming to the next, cos 225. So it will be cos of 180 plus 45 degrees. Means it is in the form of cos of 180 plus theta. Cos of 180 plus theta is minus cos theta. Why? Because it is a even multiple of 90, that is 2 times of 90. So trigonometric ratio does not change. So cos becomes cos. And it is plus or minus is depends upon where this 225 degrees lies. So 225 degree is an angle which lies in the third quadrant. In third quadrant, cos will have negative. So it will be minus cos 45. And that is minus 1 by root 2. So therefore, cos square 225 will be again 1 by 2. So similarly, if you solve it, cos 315 degrees. Cos of 360 minus 45 degrees. So it is in the form of cos of 360 minus theta. Cos of 360 minus theta will be plus cos theta. As theta is 45, so it will be plus cos 45. So again it is 1 by root 2 implies cos square is asking cos square 315 degrees. So it will be 1 by 2. So if you simplify, if you substitute all the values of these trigonometric ratios, then it will be 1 by 2 plus 1 by 2 plus 1 by 2 plus 1 by 2, that is 2 is LCM, 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1, so it is 4 by 2, so it is 2. So the value of this cos square 45 plus cos square 135 plus cos square 225 plus cos square 315 will be 2. Next problem. The problem is, find the value of sin square 2 pi by 3 plus cos square 5 pi by 6 minus tan square 3 pi by 4. Now, it is also similar to the previous problem. Sine of 2 pi by 3 can be written as sine of pi minus pi by 3. Pi means it is 180 degrees. So it is in the form of 180 minus theta. So what will be sine of 180 minus theta is plus sine theta, because pi means it is a even multiple of 90 degrees. And 180 minus theta lies in the second quadrant. In second quadrant, sine will have positive. So it will be plus sine pi by 3. So pi by 3 means it is equivalent to 60 degrees. So what is the value of sine pi by 3? It is root 3 by 2. Next, coming to cos 5 pi by 6. That is cos of pi minus pi by 6. So 5 pi by 6 can be written as pi minus pi by 6. Again, it is in cos of 180 minus theta form. So what will be cos of 180 minus theta is minus cos theta. Why? Because it is an even multiple of 90, so trigonometric ratio does not change, and 180 minus theta lies in the second quadrant. In second quadrant, cos will have a negative sign. So it will be minus cos pi by 6. That is minus cos pi by 6. Pi by 6 means it is equal to 30 degrees. Cos 30 degrees will be root 3 by 2. Next, coming to tan 3 pi by 4. So tan of pi minus pi by 4, Again, it is in the form of 180 minus theta. Tan of 180 minus theta will be minus tan theta, where theta is pi by 4, so it will be minus tan pi by 4. But tan pi by 4 is minus 1, so it will be minus 1. Now substitute all the values in the given expression. Therefore, sin square 2 pi by 3 means root 3 by 2 whole square, plus is the plus. Cos pi by 6 is minus root 3 by 2. So minus root 3 by 2 whole square plus minus 1 whole square. So it is minus of tan square. So it will be 3 by 4 plus 3 by 4 minus 1, because minus 1 whole square is plus 1 and plus 1 is multiplied with negative, so minus 1. So LCM is 4. 6 minus 4, that is 2 by 4, it is equal to 1 by 9. Next problem, show that or prove that cos of pi minus a into cot of pi by 2 plus a into cos of minus a by tan of pi plus a into tan of 3 pi by 2 plus a into sin of 2 pi minus a is cos a. We will find out what are the trigonometric ratios of different angles. Solution: cos of pi minus a. Pi means it is 180 degrees. So pi minus a means it is a angle which lies in the second quadrant. Now pi means it is a even multiple of 90. So trigonometric ratio does not change. So cos will be cos as it is. And whether it is plus or minus, as 180 minus theta lies in the second quadrant, theta means it is a, it is here a, so it lies in the second quadrant. In the second quadrant, cos will have a negative sign, so it will be minus cos a. Next, cot of pi by 2 plus a means pi by 2 means it is a 90 degrees. So it is only one 90 degrees is there. It is a odd multiple of 90 degrees. So cot will changes to tan, and whether it is plus or minus is decided in which quadrant it lies. So pi by 2 plus a is an angle which lies in the second quadrant. In second quadrant, cot will have a negative sign. So minus tan a, as it is a odd multiple of 90. So trigonometric ratio changes to, as cot to changes to tan. Next, cos of minus a. As we have discussed, what are the trigonometric ratios of minus theta? Sin of minus theta is minus sin theta. Cos of minus theta is cos theta. So here cos of minus a will be plus cos a. Next, tan of pi plus a. As pi is a even multiple of 90, so trigonometric ratio does not change. So tan will be tan itself. And 180 plus a is an angle lies in the third quadrant. In third quadrant, tan will have positive sign, so it will be plus tan a. Next, tan of 3 pi by 2 plus a. So 3 pi by 2 means it is a odd multiple of 90 degrees. So trigonometric ratio changes. Tan to cot. And 270 plus a is an angle lies in the fourth quadrant. In fourth quadrant, tan will have negative sign. So it will be minus cot a. Sin of 2 pi minus a. 2 pi minus a is an angle, that is 360 minus theta is an angle which lies in the fourth quadrant. In fourth quadrant, sin will have negative. So it will be minus sin a. So these are the trigonometric ratios, and if you substitute, what happens? Minus cos a into minus tan a into cos a by tan a into minus cot a into minus sin a. Minus into minus becomes positive. Again, minus into minus becomes positive. Tan a and cot a are reciprocal to each other, so it will be 1. sin A. Let's see. So cos A, tan A means sin A by cos A into cos A by 1 sin A will be there, as tan A and cot A will be 1. So if you still simplify, sin A will get cancelled, cos A also get cancelled, so it will be left over with cos A. So that is the proof, and that will be RHS. Next problem. So next problem is, if sin theta is minus 1 by 3 and theta does not lie in the third quadrant, then find the value of cos theta. So here what ratio is given? Sin theta is given as minus 1 by 3. Means sin theta is a negative sign. If you choose that theta doesn't lie in third quadrant, means it should lie in the first, second or fourth. But in first and second, sin theta will have a positive sign. But here he has given as negative sign. Means there is no scope of scope of theta lying in the first, either in the first or second. So obviously the theta should lie in the fourth quadrant. Why? Because theta doesn't lie in the third quadrant. Means in fourth quadrant also sin theta will have a negative sign. So if you consider a box xy plane, if this is the initial ray and the angle will lie in the fourth quadrant, so this will be theta, and if you draw a perpendicular line from x point to the x-axis, then it will be 90. So if this is theta, and what is given, sin theta is minus 1 by 3, means opposite side by hypotenuse. Opposite side of theta is 1 and hypotenuse is 3, and by Pythagoras theorem, what will be? So before applying Pythagoras theorem, as it is a negative sign, so this, as it is a positive negative y-axis, it should have a negative sign. Means in fourth quadrant, x should be positive and y should be negative. Coming to the length of this one. So what will be the length? By applying the Pythagoras theorem, it will be what? So as we don't know what is the value of x, assume that it is x. Now if you apply the Pythagoras theorem, x square plus minus 1 whole square is equal to 3 square, means x square plus 1 is equal to 9, x square is equal to 9 minus 1, x is equal to root 8. Actually it should be plus or minus root 8, but it is positive x-axis, so it will be plus root 8, means the value of x will be root 8. Now we can find any trigonometric ratios apart from cos theta. But as he is asking what is cos theta, so cos theta, so what will be cos theta? Adjacent side by hypotenuse. So adjacent side of theta is root 8 and hypotenuse is 3. So it will be root 8 by 3. Now if you observe, cos theta is a positive value. Because theta lies in the fourth quadrant, cos will have negative. Now, apart from the cos theta, we can have what is tan theta? Tan theta will be opposite side by adjacent side. So, opposite of theta is minus 1 and adjacent side is root 8. So, minus 1 by root 8. Cot theta will be a reciprocal. So, minus root 8. Secant theta is a reciprocal of cos theta. It will be 3 by root 8. And cosecant theta is minus 3. Now, in fourth quadrant, cos and secant are positive and the remaining tan, cot, cosecant and sine are negative. So, next problem. If secant theta plus tan theta is equal to 5, then find sine theta. And one more problem, that is, and find out in which quadrant the theta is lying. So what is given? Given secant theta plus tan theta is equal to 5. As we know the identities that is secant square theta minus tan square theta is 1. That is secant, that is what we can have is secant square theta minus tan square theta is equal to 1, or it is in what form? A square minus b square. So secant theta minus tan theta into secant theta plus tan theta is equal to 1. So from the given condition, what is the condition? Secant theta plus tan theta is equal to 5. If you substitute secant theta plus tan theta is equal to 5, then what will be? Secant theta minus tan theta will be what? It will be 1 by 5. So assume that it is equation 1 and it is equation 2. So if you solve these two equations, like upon adding, if you add on adding 1 and 2, we get tan theta and minus tan theta get cancelled, so it will be 2 secant theta. 2 secant theta is equal to 5 plus 1 by 5. So that will be 5 by 25, 26 by 5. Or we can have secant theta will be 2 secant theta is equal to 26 by 5 means secant theta will be 26 by 10, or we can have 13 by 5. So secant theta is 13 by 5 means it is positive. So where we can have a positive sign of secant theta means either it should lie in the third quadrant, it should lie in the first quadrant or fourth quadrant. But we can't decide exactly in which theta lies. So for that we require one more trigonometric ratio. So if you substitute secant theta is equal to 13 by 5 in the first equation on substituting secant theta in equation 1, we get tan theta is equal to 5 minus 13 by 5. 5 minus secant theta. Secant theta is 13 by 5. So it will be 5 by 25 minus 13. So it is 12 by 5. Means secant theta is getting positive, tan theta is also positive. So where we can have the angle is in first quadrant. So secant theta is positive, tan theta is a positive means we can have only possibility in the first quadrant. So therefore theta lies in first quadrant, and from that we have to find out what is sin theta. So if you choose the xy plane, then theta lies in the first quadrant. So tan theta is given as 12 by 15, or we can choose any one of the trigonometric ratio. Now if I go for tan theta is 12 by 5, 12 by 5 means opposite side by adjacent side. If this is 12 and this is 5 and this becomes 13 by the Pythagoras theorem. Now what will be sin theta? Sin theta is opposite side by hypotenuse. So that is opposite side of theta is 12 and hypotenuse is 13. So the value of sin theta will be 12 by 13. If cos A is equal to cos B is equal to minus 1 by 2 means A and B are different angles, and he has given the values of cos A is minus 1 by 2, cos B is also minus 1 by 2. A does not lie in the second quadrant and B does not lie in the third quadrant. Then find the value of 4 sin B minus 3 tan A by tan B plus sin A. Now cos A is minus 1 by 2 means the angle A should lie either in the second quadrant or third quadrant, because in second and third cos will have a negative sign, whereas in first and fourth it will have a positive sign. So cos A is minus 1 by 2, but he has mentioned that A does not lie in the second quadrant means where this A lies means it should lie in the third quadrant. So what we can observe is, since cos A is minus 1 by 2 implies A lies in third quadrant, as he has mentioned that it does not lie in the second quadrant. So in third quadrant, both x value and y value should be negative. Now from this we can have xy plane, so the terminal ray will lie in the third quadrant. So if this is A, if you draw a perpendicular line, then cos A will be adjacent side by hypotenuse. So if this is adjacent side is 1 and this is 2. Now this, as it is a negative x-axis, so you should have a negative value -1. Now what will be the opposite side of this one? So by Pythagoras theorem, this will be √3, but it will be -√3. As a point lies in the third quadrant, x should be negative, y should be negative. And if you apply the Pythagoras theorem, -1 whole square plus -√3 whole square is 4, under root of 4 is 2. So that is for angle A. Next, coming to cos B is also -1/2, implies B doesn't lie in the third quadrant, means it should lie in the second quadrant. So B lies in second quadrant, and we will see what will be the angle. So B lies in the second quadrant means the terminal ray should be in the second quadrant. So if we draw a perpendicular line, then this will be angle B. For angle B, adjacent side means if this is the OP will be the adjacent hypotenuse, OM will be the adjacent side, and MP will be the opposite side. So -1, and this will be again 2 and √3. As in the second quadrant, x-axis should be negative, y-axis should be positive. So these are the figures from the given data. Now what is the question is 4, therefore 4 sin B minus 3 tan A by tan B plus sin A. That is 4 times of sin B. Now we have to go for sin B. So sin B is opposite side by hypotenuse. So that will be 4 times of √3/2 minus 3 tan A. So 3 times of tan A. Tan A is opposite side by adjacent side. Minus √3 by -1. Minus √3 by -1 upon tan B. Tan B is opposite side by adjacent side. Minus √3 by 1, or √3, opposite is √3 by -1, plus sin A. Sin A is opposite side by hypotenuse, that is minus √3/2. So if you simplify the values, we will get, means if you simplify, so you will get the values as the value is 2/3. So the value of 4 sin B minus 3 tan A by tan B plus sin A will be 2/3, means that is 2/3. If A lies in the third quadrant and B lies in the second quadrant, then the value will be 2/3.